station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6. I'm Ben Dennis. Breaking at this hour, new details in the manhunt for the alleged killer of a Washington County, Maryland judge. Tactical teams search buildings in Williamsport, Maryland and vacant homes west of downtown after an SUV believed to be linked to Pedro Argote was found in a wooded area this morning. DC News Now's Dave Laval joins us live in Williamsport tonight, where a news conference just wrapped up a short time ago. Dave, this manhunt has gone nationwide.
Well, Ben, that news conference wrapped up just about 40 minutes ago here as the search for Pedro Argote continues. But Washington County Sheriff Brian Albert is confident Argote will be found. Late this afternoon, we saw members of the Sheriff's Special Response Team search vacant buildings at the old tannery along Old Bottom Road. That's in the same area where deputies found Argote's silver Mercedes in a wooded area around 11 o'clock this morning. He's wanted in connection with Thursday's shooting death of Washington County Circuit Judge Andrew Wilkinson. He was shot in the driveway of his home in Hagerstown and later died at the hospital. Sheriff Albert said Wilkinson gave custody of Argote's children to Argote's wife, but it's too soon to say if that's what triggered the deadly attack. Meanwhile, investigators are still searching the car for clues.
We have not really searched the vehicle thoroughly, but we don't think there's a gun in the vehicle. We haven't searched it. We're making sure that we have our search warrants and everything in place before we get in the vehicle properly.
Sheriff Albert added Argote's wife and children are in protective custody. Meanwhile, the area around the old tannery remains blocked to traffic right now. So if you need to go through that area, you're advised to find an alternate route. Also, anyone with any information about Pedro Argote is asked to call authorities immediately. We're live in Williamsport, Maryland. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Dave in Western Maryland, thank you. Meantime, court records reveal the legal battle that began when the suspect, Argote, filed for divorce last year. Washington County Sheriff Brian Albert says while Argote did not have a criminal record locally, officers had responded to a home for verbal domestic assaults 2 times within the last several years. In his initial court filing, Argote accused his wife of neglecting her homeschooling responsibilities and failing to properly supervise the kids. However, she filed a counter-complaint accusing Argote of cruel treatment and saying that she couldn't support herself financially. Days later, his wife requested a protective order saying that he was harassing her over text messages, threatening to abuse their daughter and making false accusations against her. Court records also show a judge even granted a temporary protective order, which included a directive for Argote to surrender his guns, but it was dismissed weeks later at the wife's request. Again, here's a picture of Pedro Argote, still considered to be armed and dangerous. Police say anyone with information or believes to have seen him should call 911 immediately. The U.S. Marshals Service say that Argote has ties to several locations outside of Maryland, including New York, Florida, Indiana, and North Carolina. Marshals also offer a reward up to $10,000 for information leading to his arrest. We'll keep you updated on air and online at DCNewsNow.com with the latest information. Certainly a fluid situation there, but turning now to your weather. Now your time is 6:04. Scott Sumner, welcome back to the weekend, my friend. Yeah. What are our currents out there? It is feeling like fall.
Yeah, it feels a little cool. You know, I was driving in today, saw those leaves coming down with that wind on the 495 there, and my goodness, it felt like it was like snowing leaves outside today. All right, 62 degrees, partly cloudy outside, but it feels a little cooler than that because of the wind, gusting up to as much as 30 miles an hour in spots. And the reason for the wind is we have one storm system off to the north and the east, and another one that's zipping on in. And between those two storms, that's why the winds have been picking up and will continue to be a little on the high side, at least through the early evening. Anyway, And then known to see showers here back across Ohio and parts of West Virginia. Those showers are going to move on in. Very, very light stuff, but move in overnight tonight into the early portion of your Sunday. As a matter of fact, our Futurecast picks up on that storm system zipping on by here. Again, some light and light shower activity, some sprinkles around. Temperatures staying on the cool side, but we'll get into some sunshine for tomorrow afternoon, just like we had today. So that's a good part of the forecast here, and high pressure sticks around going into the beginning of a new work week. Metrocast shows 55, 52, and 50 for your temperatures in Frederick, Maryland from 7 to 9 to 11 p.m. tonight. Dress appropriately if you are planning on going outside tonight. As again, here even in the district, we're seeing temperatures into the 50s with a chance of some showers in the district around 3 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, a few showers overnight tonight, a dry start or dry afternoon after a few showers in the morning there. Continued breezy on Sunday, and then warming up by midweek. Yeah, if you like a little bit warmer than it was today, you'll get that. I'll have the details coming up.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Scott. Meantime, in the district, D.C. police investigated shooting in Northwest. They responded to the intersection of 9th and U. We're working to confirm more details at this hour. Stay with us. And DC News Now is your local election headquarters. New details in the investigation of a DC Board of Election System data breach. Officials say the server was hacked did contain a copy of the Board of Elections voter roll. Sensitive personal information may have been accessed. Parts of Social Security numbers, driver's license numbers, birthdays, phone numbers, and email addresses may have been accessed. The breach reportedly happened around October the 5th, and a hacking group known as Ransom VC said they accessed 600,000 pieces of data. Elections officials say that they're reaching out to all registered voters. And in Montgomery County, the county council, Will Jawando has dropped out of the U.S. Senate race. He joined the race back in May, just one day after Senator Ben Cardin announced that he would retire at the end of his term. Jawando announced the end of his campaign in a video. Take a listen.
The fights we talked about in this campaign are and always will be the fights of my life. But after thinking long and hard about this race in particular, I frankly no longer see a path for myself to victory. And because I have so much respect for my loyal supporters, for you, my constituents in Montgomery County, and for my loving wife and children, I cannot remain in a race I do not believe we have a good chance of winning.
And with Jawando's exit, two major candidates in the race are Prince George's County Executive Angela Alsobrooks, who received endorsements from many of Maryland's top Democrats. The other candidate, Democratic Congressman and businessman David Trone. He says he's been using his own money, which protects him from political influence. In his words, the Democratic primary election will take place on May 14th of next year. And we have the latest details from the Israel-Gaza conflict as it enters its 15th day of fighting with Hamas involved. Officials say that aid is now moving into the Gaza Strip as Hamas released 2 American hostages who had been held in Gaza for 2 weeks. Officials say the war has claimed the lives of over 4,300 Palestinians, over 1,400 Israelis, including 32 Americans. President Biden reacting to the news of those American hostages freed, saying that he's overjoyed and those released and their families will have the full support of the United States. Going on to say, quote, "We have been working around the clock to free American citizens who were taken hostage by Hamas, and we have not ceased our efforts to secure the release of those who are still being held." He went on to say, as president, I have no higher priority than the safety of Americans held hostage around the world. Meantime, back in the States, large pro-Palestinian protests popping up across the globe and here in the country. This video on your left shows protesters taking to the National Mall in D.C. just today. You can see them praying. And on the other side of your screen, huge crowds of people taking to the streets of Manhattan. Protesters urging for a ceasefire and an end to the violence in the Middle East. New video into our newsroom from Pennsylvania. Take a look at this. This is a massive tanker fire on the Pennsylvania Turnpike outside of Philadelphia. All lanes were blocked off after 2 people were killed in that fiery crash. Man, look at those images. The fire has since been put out. All northbound lanes of the Turnpike are still closed in the area. And something called funflation is driving up entertainment costs. According to the Wall Street Journal, the average resale price for concert tickets on SeatGeek has more than doubled since 2019. The average NFL ticket, $377, up from $235. This year, Americans are expected to spend $95 billion on tickets. And in Arlington, you can get rid of your old, unused drugs safely next Friday. You can safely get rid of medications no longer in use or expired, plus prescription pills, ointments, vitamins, pet medications, and over-the-counter pills. You'll be able to drop them off at several drug take-back locations within the county, including the Arlington County Police Department and several fire stations. Drop them off on October the 28th. Happening now, staying in Arlington, it's Restaurant Week. There are more than 50 restaurants participating this year. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcilla shows us.
It's been a tough couple of years for the restaurant industry. There was first COVID, then rising costs and staffing troubles. Now there's some positive momentum, but a restaurant owner we spoke with says he's hoping Arlington's Restaurant Week can help build on that momentum ahead of what he calls a little uncertainty in the future.
I got a chicken and a scallop and shrimp.
Standing between the kitchen and the customers, Maison Cheryl's chef and owner Bobby Mayer is in the middle of a busy night.
Nelson, you have truffle fries coming?
It's Restaurant Week at his Clarendon restaurant, and there's no shortage of food and drink requests.
You have baked brie coming?
It's very well organized chaos, as any restaurant worker can understand, and it's a moment they won't take for granted again.
The restaurant was kind of forged by fire, and I think it's a lot better for that, even though COVID was terrible.
This French restaurant opened 2.5 years ago during the pandemic, and since has faced plenty of challenges.
We work on the smallest margins. We had to deal with stuff like, price of eggs being like, $100 a case.
Mayor says they've made it through and things are better, but a night like this, a week of nights like this, can help his restaurant and others stay afloat.
I've already heard tonight from Maison Cheryl that they're sold out for the weekend and up 25%. It's really as important as ever to support the local restaurants.
An important week. For diners, it's about quality time together, sharing, sometimes really sharing a meal together. But for Mayor and other restaurant owners, it's about building a customer base so they can support them through whatever challenges the industry will face next.
It's not about like the money at the moment, it's how many customers you capture. So what's tremendous about this is we may see 50 people come back, and they would have never came in the first place if it wasn't for Restaurant Week.
In Arlington, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.